Hello and welcome back to another debunk video of these absolute tiger jesters, these absolute tiger clowns that cannot seem to grasp the reality of a fight between a lion and tiger. I know the reality, and I have already provided enough evidence to prove that, as of many other lion fans that do work in exposing the delusion of tiger fans. Recently, I have been busy doing other things, and that's why I haven't really been on as much or as I usually am. But now I'm back, and I will be making more videos. So, back on the topic, I've still got tiger fans bringing up my name, mentioning my name, and I have to respond back to them because I'm not letting them get away with it. So, but like I say, I only have to do one thing to humble these absolute sausages, and that is put 50 tigers in Everland Arena, and I would put one 660 aggressive Barbary lion in that arena. Watch those tigers run away. Watch every single one of those tigers run for their lives. The lion will only have to attack one tiger. Once all of those tigers see what that lion is capable of doing to that tiger, they will not even want to fight it, because the tigers that ran away from the lion in Everland, those lions are nowhere near as aggressive as a Barbary lion is. A Barbary lion is on a different level of aggression to any other lion subspecies. And I'm telling you what, these tigers will run for their lives. It don't matter how many tigers are there. You could have 50 tigers in Everland Arena, and you can just put one lion in there and they will all run for their lives. Because a tiger is not designed to have a direct fight with a lion. It is a solitary cat. It is primarily an ambush predator. It is not designed to have a direct fight with a lion. If it does have a direct fight with a lion, if you had two prime males and they were fighting directly, there would only be exceptions of the tiger winning, and that is conditionally based upon whether the tiger lands a hind leg counterattack. If the tiger doesn't land that, he is going to lose every single time. Every time. Every single time he fights with that lion directly, he is going to lose every single time. And really, it's ridiculous how delusional tiger fans are. They just seem to want to live in their own delusional world as a form of denial or defense mechanism of their ego, because they're too afraid to admit the truth to themselves. What I'm too defined for a tiger losing, so I just have to stay in denial of it. Yeah, because they're crybaby little girls and they can't take defeat. That's what it is. They're crybaby little whingers that literally you want to just cry on their cats every time they see tiger lose. And yeah, or I could choose to just cry and get upset, or I could just choose to be in denial of everything. And that's usually what tiger fans do. They usually just choose to remain in denial of the truth and try to manipulate the truth. And really, it's sad. It's sad that there are so many people who have been misinformed on the internet in regard to a fight between a lion and tiger. Because, the truth is, lion would destroy him. In a direct fight, lion would destroy him. The only chance that tiger has in a fight against a lion is if it preemptively ambushes. And it could still lose the lion under those circumstances too. So generally, tiger isn't favored to win. He generally isn't favored to win if both of these are prime males. Because a lion also is tougher than a tiger. It's a tougher animal. And they're more durable. They're anatomically designed to have more durability. Not only that, but a lion is also more anatomically equipped to have more stamina and energy in a fight too. Like, they only swipe with singular paw swipes, and if they were both to be on a full tank, the tiger would be the one to gas out first. So, and lions also have a very well defined anterior section. The traps, the chest, the lats, the shoulders, the neck, all these areas are very well defined in the male lion. The tiger is primarily a solitary cat, and with it being a solitary cat comes a solitary instinct to avoid injury and fear of injury. And for this reason, a tiger cannot always afford to get into a direct confrontation with a lion. It will have to, in some cases, flee to avoid injury, to prevent injury, because if a tiger gets injured in the wild, it's a very serious problem for a tiger. So tiger is anatomically vulnerable. Therefore, he has to have a different kind of adaptation to natural selection as a cat. And tiger is very misunderstood as a cat. He is very misunderstood. A lot of tiger fans don't really understand tiger. A tiger does have power, but they are primarily built for dexterity and flexibility. And this is something that they misunderstand. They also misunderstand that tiger is primarily a stealth cat, an ambush predator, and tiger's approach to other animals in nature is predatory. He usually has a very predatory approach towards other animals. There are exceptions of tiger directly coming into contact with other predators, like other tigers, and other predators too, because tiger does have an intimidation factor to him. That's a similar thing that a tiger has in common with a lion, is that there is an intimidation factor there. So tiger does have the psychological intimidation factor to intimidate other animals, and that's why other animals sometimes come into contact with them and back down from them. But tigers usually don't do well in situations where they fail to intimidate animals directly. Usually tigers run away quite often. And there are only really exceptions of tigers actually really, usually I would say them standing their ground and making something run away. I mean, I could be wrong about that actually. I think that, it just depends on the situation. It just depends. It's conditionally based upon whether that animal is intimidated by tiger or not. If it is, then it'll run away from tiger. If it isn't, then it'll assert itself and tiger will most likely run away. But like I say, the lion is anatomically designed, better anatomically equipped, better anatomically designed for battle. And if you were to have two prime males of the same age fight it out directly, the lion will win in the first few minutes. I guarantee you. He will win, but he will literally win probably in the first 1 to 3 minutes. I would estimate that lion will win the fight within a few minutes, or maybe even less than a minute in some cases. It just depends, to what extent the tiger is intimidated. The fight could end within the first minute. Like I'm saying that it's like the lion will win that fight that easily. And he can win that fight that easily. And Everland footage clearly proves that. The Everland video evidence clearly proves that the lion would win, and very easily, if they were to come into direct contact and fight. The Everland footage proves that undeniably. And I would say that the final nail in the coffin for tiger is the lion's mane, because the lions can't really be killed by having his blood circuitry severed in the neck, because the tiger can't access it. The lion's neck can't be broken, and he can't be suffocated by the tiger this way either. So that is a big advantage also for lion. but he also has anatomically many other advantages that generally just favor him to win a fight with a tiger. A tiger is just too vulnerable in a direct fight with a lion, and tiger fans are just clearly ignorant to the level of vulnerability that a tiger has in a fight with a male lion. Like, honestly, if I were to compare prime males and these two were to fight it out, I would definitely say that lion would win more than 90% of the time if you're talking about a direct fight between them. It may be a bit different if tiger does have the preemptive advantage of ambushing. So if tiger does have a preemptive advantage of ambushing, tiger may kill him in some cases. But I'm saying, like, even despite that, the lion would still win more fights, I believe. Even like I think that I think that a lion, if it's tough enough and it can fight, it'll be able to fight back against the tiger, and the tiger will eventually just run away once the lion becomes the aggressor, because now the tiger is the one vulnerable, not the lion. And tiger is designed as a cat to inevitably incorporate its predatory abilities in battle, whether it's hunting prey or whether it's ambushing another predator. It inevitably resorts to that in a lot of cases. So I would say there are only exceptions of tiger fighting in the wild, and that is against other tigers, and that is conditionally based upon whether they're fighting to the death or not. If they're not fighting to the death, then it's not really a factor of predatory ability. It's only when they are fighting to the death that it is a factor of predatory ability, or when the tiger decides to kill something. That is when, so tiger's general approach towards nature is predatory, and he's not always going to be able to ambush the lion, even if he is in nature, because he's not always going to succeed in applying stealth. Sometimes the lion's going to see him, spot him, and he's just going to avoid the lion on that basis, because the lion's mane's just going to intimidate him, and he's just going to try to avoid the lion. He's not even going to fight it. He's just going to avoid it. So contrary to what many people are deluded to historically believing about who's stronger out of these two cats, the lion is the cat with the brutish anatomy. So, like, if we were to have a lion and a tiger that were the same weight, the lion would be stronger than the tiger, unquestionably. In battle, the lion already is stronger physically at the front, even though he's lighter. There is, and it's very misunderstood. A lot of tiger fans misunderstand this and think that a tiger is stronger in battle, but tiger's more designed to generate strength and power from the hind leg quarters, not the forequarters. The lion is designed to initiate battle from the forequarters. So the lion has a very strong frontal anatomy that tiger fans are ignorant to, and that is usually why the lion is usually pinning down the tiger, and why he is usually able to get hold of like areas, access areas, like crucial areas, fatal areas like the abdomen and the trachea, because he's strong enough to pin the tiger down and get to those vital areas. So the fact of the matter is, tiger clowns, lose again, I destroy you again, and I will destroy you over and over again, probably for all eternity, because it's all you deserve for being so delusional, for overhyping your cat. I love Tiger, but I love Tiger as a cat. I have nothing against Tiger. I think Tiger's a cool cat. I think Tiger's a great cat. And really, and I think a majority of Lion fans don't really hate Tiger at all. I think it's just, it's just they want the truth to be made known about what would happen in a fight between these two cats. I don't think it's a matter of dislike towards Tiger from Lion fans' perspective. I think it's more about, just the kind of delusional denial that Tiger fans have of the outcome between a fight between these two cats. I don't know about you guys, but I would never wish harm upon either of these cats. I love both of these cats. I think they're both cool cats. and I would never want to see them kill one another, or I would never want to see them get into an adverse fight where they would be forced to kill one another. But, the difference between a lion fighting directly to a lion fighting a tiger when it ambushes the lion is that the lion has the advantage because upon spotting the tiger, it has the time to assess its anatomic weakness and then run at it and exploit it. So the lion, from this standpoint of things, he has the time to assess the tiger's weakness, to assess the weak areas in the trachea area and the abdominal area. And then he's just going to go for them. But when tiger preemptively ambushes, however, there is a panic interval by which the lion is panicking. And tiger is attacking so much, the lion doesn't really have the time to focus or assess the tiger's weakness at this point, because there is just a panic interval of him just trying to endure whatever it is that's attacking him. He doesn't even know what's attacking him at this point. So once he's established what's attacking him, then he will, assess the tiger's weakness. And then he will strive to become the aggressor and exploit tiger's vulnerability in the abdominal area or the trachea area. So that's what happens. So if the tiger preemptively attacks the lion and he fails to kill it, the lion will succeed in assessing the tiger's weaknesses, and it will succeed in becoming the aggressor to exploit them. But the general likelihood of what would happen under this scenario or this situation is that the tiger would just flee, because the tiger is aware when it's vulnerable, and tiger is aware when he's vulnerable in a battle. And when he is in that situation, potentially, he is just going to probably just try to run away and avoid the danger, not only to prevent injury, but to prevent being killed, because he's aware that he can be killed. He's aware that he's anatomically a vulnerable cat. That's why he's a stealth cat, because it's a defense mechanism to protect tiger's anatomic vulnerability. That's why he's a stealth cat, because he's a vulnerable cat and he can't attack things directly because he exploits himself. He exploits his anatomic weakness if he attacks something directly, because he's anatomically a vulnerable cat. So he can't have that approach in nature. He has to have a stealth-like approach in nature and preemptively ambush other animals. So he's strategically incorporating stealth along with his predatory abilities to survive. Generally, that is what usually happens. But yes, that's it for today, guys. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe to my channel. I will be making more videos in the future, so I'll see you again on the next one.